Poor France is ill, and our city is a wound, inflamed by all efforts to heal her. A king once ruled, headstrong and corrupt. Now headless and a corpse, murdered by men just as vile. Today, fanatics from all sides spill blood on every corner. 1,000 terrors I mean to cure, day by day, street by street, Templar by Templar.
All right, ladies and gents, I'm your host again, CenterStrain01. Welcome back to my part 2 for my gameplay analysis for Assassin's Creed. This is the other demo that was showed off. This is at the Ubisoft press conference. And again, this just showcases the more free movement that you can do going up and down. So instead of jumping into a barrel of hay, he was able to easily get down using cool acrobatic moves and whatnot. Very impressed by that, and I cannot wait to actually get to try that myself. Again, showing off some of the huge dynamic crowds that you actually get to mess with. Now, I've noticed that the controls are much more simplified as being things when they appear over their head and stuff like that. It's more simple, just like, say, one tackle button, things like that. So what else is cool about this is that you're going to have, obviously, like, random things happen, of course, and that's not, new to any open free world game. But as you can see there's that nice little thing that displays above. Very easy for you, but you can get easily distracted as these little things pop up to tell you how difficult it is, a little murder mystery for you. And this is something that I don't ever remember being in Assassin's Creed, like, kind of where I know you can always do missions like along the way, but the way that it comes up on the actual screen and whatnot, it's just making it more kind of open and let you choose what you want to do. You could be in the middle of one thing and then just change your mind and do completely something else. Now, obviously, he can fight these guys here, or he can move on, so he's chosen to move on. But another thing I noticed is you've got the whole restricted areas and the non-restricted areas. That's still back. Again, the display figures when you get caught and all that kind of stuff. Everything's a little bit different. Gameplay is just as amazing as it's always been. I haven't noticed too much on the whole counter part. I mean, he did just get shot through the chest there. So, take it with a grain of salt or whatever. But you saw how the screen went yellow when he was doing something, when he did like a little counter move. So that could be possibly something right there. That is when you want to press the counter button, perhaps, when it kind of goes yellow. Like right there, that yellow was the perfect timing in order to get that good counter. So something I have not seen yet is if the gameplay flows from one enemy to another like it did in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood and all that stuff, where you could just kind of like mix the enemies together. So we know Eagle Eye Vision is back, and we know that, of course, all that great stealth elements and whatnot are back as well. One thing that I did notice here is it just seems not really plausible. I mean, you should be able to get caught. There's nothing really kind of keeping you from getting caught right here. Hopefully they fix that a little bit. I don't know exactly how the detection is, but my guess is, as you can see, some enemies are in yellow and some are in red. So maybe the closer you are, that means it's like a new way of simplifying things. It's telling you, okay, you're close enough to go for a kill. Okay, he's too far away. It's more cautionary. You have to get closer if you want to go for a kill. And this is my guess would be the assassin kills, the very stealthy kills. I'm not sure if that's 100% correct, but that's why I'm doing these analysis videos, is so I can get information from you as well to let me know. As you can see, bam, it was yellow. As soon as he gets close enough, it's red. So again, that's just my interpretation of how it is. Now, one other thing I gotta say is look at these graphics. Again, if you want to see the actual full thing and you don't want to hear my voice over it, of course, watch the video on my channel. I'm really digging the main voice actor. He's got a voice that I could get behind, that I feel something about, so that's really cool. Voice acting has become a huge thing in games, and I love the display, how things pop up and whatnot, especially like right there. It just tells me exactly in what direction I need to go if I want a certain item. I just don't remember it being that fluent and that just like right there in your face from the previous Assassin's Creeds. But just look at how seamless it is. And again, these different buildings that you can, even if there's not really that much to do in the buildings themselves, but you'll see like Brotherhood missions. That's going to be cool. This whole Brotherhood thing is kind of coming back. Obviously, this is not an Assassin's Creed that has a number behind it, so maybe they're going with a more Brotherhood kind of feel, like kind of that in-between game, but I think they're doing an amazing job with it so far. I I really get the feeling of playing Assassin's Creed 3 when I see this. Is the environments and everything really stand out for that time period, because this is exactly when that time period is, just a little bit after, so not too much. But the whole side running on the walls thing is something that's really cool and I'm really excited for. Just the amount of crowds that I just keep seeing is absolutely amazing. That guy actually sounds like Charles. What was his? I can't remember his last name. From Assassin's Creed 3. So I'm sure they're reusing some voice actors and whatnot. I just I sit here and I'm amazed at how amazing this really does look, and you can really completely see the next generation feeling of it, from the cracks in the walls to the buildings to the tiles, and all of it looks just so authentic and real. And it's so cool being in these time periods when these kind of things were happening. Now I'm hoping that we're going to get a nice, good, deep personal story with this guy, that he's not going to be an a-hole. I like my characters to be a kind of good, true-natured at heart. Ezio was very good-natured at heart. The last character we had, he was good-natured. He started out as a pirate, but of course that was just the time period and whatnot. But he ended up being someone you really could root for in the end. And I'm hoping that I want to root for him from the beginning this time, as I like my characters to have a good kind of strong moral compass, because that's just me, being in the military and being that kind of person myself. And if I want to feel for the character, of course you want the character to be more like you as much as possible. But again, air assassinations, gotta love them. So another thing I'm not sure is if they're going to come back and do that whole kind of where you're able to talk to him after you kill him. I don't really know if that's going to happen. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. This is such an amazing looking game. I'm so excited to actually get a chance to play this, and I know you are too.